Hello, warm welcome to you. In this video, we are going to learn about the characteristics of perception. In the previous video, we have understood what the concept of perception is and what is the perceptual process, right? Now, we will try to understand what are the characteristics of perception and why is that so different and unique. Okay. Say for example, it is a selective process. Perception is a selective process. That means we do not, we are exposed to lots of information through all of our senses, right? We receive lots of stimuli, lots of communication, lots of information, but thing is we do not pay our conscious attention to all that information that we receive. We only receive or we only pay attention to what really is important to us or what really is different or what really is satisfying our needs and wants. The rest of the information we just ignore, subconsciously we ignore, we do not pay attention to it. Okay. So, thus perception is a selective process. Okay. And it requires sensation, as we have already discussed, like we receive lots of information through all of our five senses, right. So, basically for something, for some information or for some communication to let that into our mind, we have to feel that sensation to all of their five senses or at least some of them or at least one of the senses. That means something we have to see or something we have to listen to, something we have to feel. Only then can we perceive something. Unless we do not feel that sensation to the senses, there is no question of perception will arise. Okay. So, basically we have to feel that sensation of that information or of that communication to our senses. Then only the human mind can proceed further to forming a perception towards it. Okay. So, sensation is very important, right. Next, it involves organization. Organization means like we try to organize the information, the communication that we receive in a certain way, right. Say for example, you may not like a person, say for example, and whatever that person tries to communicate to you, you automatically give him or her that negative space. You place that person in a negative arena. So, whatever communication he or she tries to make with you, you automatically organize that, you automatically put that person or that communication from that person in a say negative space because you do not like him, already you do not like him or her. Okay. So, that is how we try to associate certain certain meaning or organize certain things around perception or around the information that we receive. Okay. So, that is how we try to organize things. Also, it involves past experiences, that is very, very important. Like we try to organize the information based on our past experience. Okay. Say for example, as a consumer you have a very positive experience, very enchanting experience with a particular marketer or with a particular brand, right. You found that brand very value adding. So, whatever communications you receive from the same marketer, because of your positive past experience, you try to associate a positive meaning to that present communication. So, whatever we try to perceive, whatever we try to understand or whatever meaning we try to attach to the communications or to the information that we receive, that meaning is largely dependent on our past experiences. If we had a past experience which is positive, which is affirmating, then we'll associate a positive meaning to the current communication, and vice versa. If it is a negative experience in the past, it's a negative association that we try to make. Okay. So, past definitely decides or defines our future. So, that is one thing we need to understand. Now, change is the basis of perception. Change, see, for example, if everything is as it is, there is no change, then what is the new thing that we have to perceive? Nothing new, right? So, this is the very reason because why the marketers, they sometimes, we often see certain cosmetic changes in the brand name or the color or the ad, right? So, they do that consciously because this change is something which makes the humans perceive, attach a new meaning to the communications. Because if there is no change, if everything is maintaining like a status quo, there is no change, then why should we pay attention to something very old or very routine? There is no point, no? So, whatever change is there, that change will be, again, that will attract the attention of the consumers, and we try to perceive, again, we try to attach a new meaning to that changed communications. Okay? So, that is one thing. And objective as well as subjective. Perception can be objective or subjective. Objective in the sense, sometimes there is like everyone perceives something in the same way, objectively, based on quantitative analysis, based on statistics, right, based on certain information, right. There is no difference of perception among the people. Objectively, based on the information, all the people perceive the same object in the same manner. Say, for example, there is this white board is there. For you also it is a white board, for me also it is a white board, for whoever sees it, it's a white board. There is no difference in that perception. It is very objective. Against that, there is subjective perception, which is the the main thing or the core of entire perceptual process. Here comes all our personal qualities, personal interests, personal motives, personal needs, right? A person's mindset, the basic mentality of the person, the basic personality of the person, all those characteristics come into picture when that makes the perception or perceptual process a highly subjective thing. It highly varies from person to person. It carries a different meaning for the whole lot of people, n number of people, n number of meanings, right. So, this is exactly what makes understanding the perception or influencing that perceptual process for an individual a very challenging task for the marketer. Okay. And effective aspect. Perception has effective aspect, that is, it has that feeling part or the emotion part. Okay, we cannot be like robots. We are human beings and we have feelings and emotions towards people, towards objects, towards brands, and that is the characteristic of perception. It has that emotion, that feeling part, right. We all prefer certain brands, we all like certain brands, maybe for no objective reasons. That is where our emotion comes into picture, and that is why it is very important for the marketer to understand and to ignite that effective aspect of perceptual process. And if he is successful, and whoever marketer is successful in doing that, will be the the prominent player in the market. Okay, I hope you find this video useful, and if you do find it useful, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.